Heyo! Hello everybody, it's me, Sci. I'm back. And today we are going to be doing something a little different today. Well, different for me anyway, it's probably very natural for other creators. And that is we're going to be doing a weapon review. And today we're going to be reviewing the Komorex. So let's get this out of the way before I move on to the review itself. I have been completely obsessed with this thing over the past couple days. Like, I have been using this in several missions, I have been having so much fun with this weapon, and most importantly, it is strong. Very, very strong. And with that, let's move on to the review itself. Komorex is a Mastery 8 sniper rifle that can either be bought from the market for platinum, or you can get the blueprint from an energy lab in the Tenno Dojo. Now, it is very different from other sniper rifles in that it prioritizes status over crit. And that's not to say that it doesn't crit at all. Surprisingly, it can crit quite consistently, especially when you build up enough multi-shot on the weapon, as well as using mods like Critical Delay. And it also boasts two different firing modes. The first firing mode gives increased punch through to the weapon, as well as keeping the fire rate at its base amount, which is surprisingly high at 6 at base, while the secondary zoom gives it viral, as well as reducing the fire rate by 75%. Now, this might sound terrible until you realize that it refers to the base fire rate of the weapon, so if you add on any fire rate mods, it doesn't impact it all too much. While the secondary fire mode adds viral to the weapon, as well as increasing the damage by 100%, it also gives it a 3.6 meter AoE on its shots, meaning that you have pretty much turned this sniper rifle into an AoE weapon, which is very, very nice. Now, you might be hearing the AoE part and thinking, why not just use other AoE weapons? Like, why would you use this? Well, it's because I like single-target weapons that have an AoE twist on them. Like, for example, the reason why I love weapons like the Incarnate Miter is because of the ricochet mechanic that the Incarnate mode has. I love the Trumna because the shots also have a small AoE on their hits, as well as an alt-fire that launches several grenades. Because of this, it helps keep the gameplay varied, and with the two different firing modes, I can switch between the normal firing mode to take out individual targets that are in the room in a more stylish way, you know what I mean? Whereas the AoE mode, the secondary mode, can be used to take out groups of enemies in an area. That way, the gameplay remains more interesting in comparison to other weapons that exist. Now you might be sitting there asking, what upgrades do I prioritize, Sai? Like, what should I be using here? Well, I found that prioritizing multi-shot, crit chance, and crit damage are top priority on this weapon, because the status chance on the weapon is already very high, so we're going to get consistent statuses from things like viral or whatever statuses we decide to add to the weapon. But we also want to use mods like Hunting Munitions to get slash because, well, viral slash, meta go burr, you know. So with that, I also decided to add corrosive to the weapon, because corrosive on status decreases enemy armor. And the way we're getting this is not just with the ribbon that I'm using, but I'm also using one of the new Tau purple shards to get the primary electric damage, so it combines to create corrosive. That way we don't have to lose many mod slots and can prioritize other mods to get the damage that we need, such as Vital Sense for extra crit damage and such. Now, as you can see, without Rift Torrent, since I, main Limbo, it does perform pretty decently. The slash procs aren't anything major, like around 20k or so, but it can still do pretty consistent damage, even without viral on the primary fire. But with Rift Torrent, we see the damage skyrocket on this weapon, allowing us to easily hit damage such as 100 to 200k slash procs on headshots. And as you'll notice, the damage fall off on the AoE from the secondary zoom isn't that bad at all either, so when we do get slash procs, they're pretty good. But now that we've tested this in the sim, let's go test this out in an actual mission. So here it is against most fodder enemies that you'll fight normally. Here's a few Eximus units. And then here it is against a couple of Acolytes. And with that, I would say the Komorex, if you decide to go and build it for yourself, is an excellent weapon. High damage, very fun, consistent statuses and slash procs from the 100 munitions. It is all around a very good weapon that I would highly recommend you pick up for yourselves. Now, if there are a few improvements I would recommend, for one, open up that Excellence slot on the weapon and add in ammo capacity, because the max ammo that the weapon has is pretty low, and it can get a little annoying even with the ammo mutation that has built into the weapon. And I would also prioritize arcanes like Deadhead for this weapon, because, well, as a sniper, you're going to be going for headshots. And with that, that's been me, Sci, showing you the amazing Komorex, and I hope you guys have a good day. Catch you later.